57, episode 57 of the Purple Rain Podcast. Had the prop already. We are back. You know, we had Monday off. It's all good. But this guy right here, Sutton Def, you can find him on Instagram, Twitter, Sutton Def. You know that. And then me, find me on Twitter at simplyas10 and on Instagram, simplyas10.prod. We have a lot to talk about. We have videos to show. We have just hot topics to talk about. I know I'm excited. Are you excited?
I'm very excited, man. Very excited. And I'm very excited just to be back in general for episode 57 of the Purple Rain Podcast. Like Alex said, we were off on Monday, but it is all good because we are back. And there is lots to talk about. Minicamp just wrapped up. You know, we're about to start a training camp here soon. And, you know, there's been a lot of interesting developments that have come to the forefront of Ravens. The Ravens just flock. The Ravens flock. Yeah. So we're going to talk about all those things. But first, we want to give a little bit of a tribute, or a big tribute to one of our fellow Ravens YouTubers in the community who did pass away recently. It was his name was David, the sports and gamer nerd. And I know me and Alex, we got a chance to do live streams with him a couple different times, especially like with Engraven on his channel. And I did one on Sonny's channel. And he was just a great guy, just an excellent guy. Just all around, just great spirited. And, you know, hearing news like that is just devastated all of us in the Ravens YouTube community. So just tribute to him and may he rest in power. But Alex.
Yeah, it did. Saturday wasn't a good day. In general, I kind of woke up to that news. I was at the airport with that news. And then I don't know if you saw the Denmark game. Did you hear about that? What happened with the player from Denmark? Yeah. I was actually on the plane watching it, and when I saw them do chest compressions, I had to turn it off. But thankfully for him, he made it through. But yeah, just a shout out to him. Great part of the Ravens YouTube community, and we're a family, which kind of makes it hit a little harder. Yeah. But definitely caught me off guard too.
Absolutely. Like our guy Rush says, rest in peace, David. For sure, rest in peace, David. But let's see. We have the Rain Gang in the house here tonight. We are back and in full effect, guys. I see Darius the official is in here. We got our guy Void in the chat as well. Ho Dog is in here. Rush, of course, like I said before. Unknown Goat says Rain Gang. What up, Unknown Goat? How you doing, man? Christopher Swain, my guy Christopher Swain says, "What's up, Rain Gang? What's up, Chris? How you doing, man? We appreciate you for coming through." Let's see. K-Dog. Mod K-Dog is in the house, per usual. Yes. Per usual. Purple Rain Pioneer. You already know what it is when it comes to K-Dog.
You know
Kimberly Harmon says, rest in peace, David. Yes. How you doing, Kimberly? Thank you for joining the stream tonight. Bryce. What up, my boy? Bryce. Shamil Malik is giving us our first super chat donation of the night. Big shout out to you. Thank you so much, man. He says, cherish life, y'all, especially in today's time. Rest in peace. Yes.
Yeah.
Absolutely,
that's
man.
Facts.
Yeah, you got to cherish every day. It can hit you just like that. And you never know when or why, or there's never any rhyme or reason. So you just got to take every day, you know, and just appreciate it, you know, because you just never know. You never know. Yeah. And tell your people that you love them always.
That too. Because we love you. If you didn't know.
We love you. Yeah. Daquan Jones, we love you, man. He says, what's up, Rain Gang? Click one in the house and Falou as well. What's up, Falou? How you doing, man? He says, yo, tuning from Dubai. Sad news. All the way from Dubai. That's what's up, man. Shout out to you. Tony Hendo, what's up, man? All right. So, Alex, whole lot happened. Whole lot happened since the last time we went live. We're episode 56. By the way, if you didn't catch episode 56, it was historic.
Our best one.
Our best one yet. You're definitely going to want to go back and check that video out as well. But yeah. Episode 57, here we are. Ravens minicamp just wrapped up. Alex, the title of this video is The Real Takeaways. Emphasis on the real takeaways from the Ravens 2021 minicamp. Does this feel different from other minicamps? If so, why? Let me know your biggest takeaways.
Yes. Let's just get right to it. We drafted a receiver in the first round. And it feels like we drafted the right receiver in the first round. I think we got the best one in the whole draft. I'll be honest. The way that what we're hearing about Rashad Bateman, is something I've never heard of about a receiver the Ravens have drafted my whole life. Like we're hearing he's making these plays. He's different. He's not the Brashad Perryman. He's not a Torrey Smith. He's doing it all. And that's what I'm taking away from it. Did you see the clip of him absolutely burning Marlon Humphrey?
I did see that clip. I definitely saw that clip. And Shamil Malik actually gives us another super chat donation. Thank you so much, man. We appreciate you. He says, wait, but did y'all see Bateman shake Marlowe? Yes, we did see that. We did see that indeed. That was kind of crazy. I mean, it didn't surprise me. I can't say I was all that surprised because I've seen Marlowe get kind of, shaken before, but he always tends to recover. But Bateman was gone. He was out of there, and he caught that pass too. And then after the fact, news came out that Bateman actually gave Marlowe a little tap on the backside and told him, I got some wiggle too, and kind of started talking some trash to him. So I thought that was pretty cool. So you saw that like not only is he just like physically gifted and just talented on the football field, but he also has that swagger to him. You know what I mean? Like even for a rookie, that's a huge takeaway for me. But we do have another super chat donation coming in from our guy Cardi. Thank you so much, man. We appreciate you, man. Cash Cardi in the building. He says, sorry, I've been missing in action. Been busy with work and my anniversary was this past weekend, but good to be back and talk Ravens football again. All I can say is Bateman, though. It's cold. Yes. Yeah, congrats, man.
Yeah, big congrats. I won't be talking all Bateman. It's just weird seeing good reports coming out. And like I was texting you earlier today, in the past couple of years, let's just think of what we've heard in training camp. Jaleel Scott, Jordan Lasley, Tim White, Quincy Adeboyo. Like, no, we're hearing Sammy Watkins and we're hearing Rashad Bateman are lighting it up. Outside of Watkins' first day, he's been amazing. Like, he had the drops. That's his first time playing, like, organized football in how long? And him being healthy in almost 9 months, I'd say. Right. So it's definitely – that's really, really good to hear. That we can get into more of the other stuff, but just sticking on receivers now. The impact by these coaches, I believe, is felt because there was a little side-by-side. The drills that Keith Williams does, he was doing with like Tyreek Hill and on his YouTube channel. So he's bringing everything he knows to the Ravens.
Don't you just love that?
Yes. Yes. Yes.
Yeah, man. Real quick, Keeping It Real is in the house. He says, what's going on, guys? What's up, Keeping It Real? We appreciate you for coming through. Let's see. We have Christopher Swain says, I saw that. That's impressive. Very impressive. And against a top 5 corner as a rookie, that's great. Yeah, man. Yeah. And, Alex, I think that it's very interesting that you brought up the point that, Keith Williams drills are having like a direct impact on the receivers. You can kind of see it already, Like he kind of beat him off of like the his first move, on that play. And those first moves are definitely going to be they're being taught to him by Keith Williams in real time, like
and he's not even the receivers coach.
And he's not.
He's going above and beyond. He's going outside of his pay grade at this point. I love it. I mean, he doesn't have to be doing that. That's T. Martin.
Right. It's Keith Williams and T. Martin, to be fair.
Yeah.
But it's
I'm
just
talking about the titles. Like T. Martin is the receivers because their titles. I don't believe those titles. They help each other.
They're kind of like interchangeable, right?
Yeah, literally.
So, but let's see what we have here. Our guy King Evo is in the building. Says, "Sup, Sutton, Def, and Alex. How you doing, man?" Taquan Christian in the house. What's up? How you doing tonight, man? Appreciate you for coming through. All right. Christopher Swain also says here, yeah, say what you want about the rookies and the vets we brought in. Keith Williams and T. Martin are the biggest / best offseason move that we made. You agree or disagree with that?
I can agree with that. I can agree because we didn't have that big money free agent signing. Our big money signing was Kevin Zeitler, I'd say. 3 years, 20-some mil, or Bowser. But I'll go with that. Yeah, I'll go with that. Yeah.
I definitely see that.
Because it's going to help out Watkins and Bateman, our first pick in the draft, and then Watkins can just do wonders for us. So yeah, I'll agree with Chris there.
Yeah, and it sets us up to do something that the narrative is that we cannot do, which is pass the football, and be a successful passing offense. So you bring in a new wide receivers coach so we can potentially make bigger and better plays on offense. And speaking of bigger plays, our quarterback Lamar Jackson talked about how there's going to be an emphasis, or there is an emphasis on, uh, longer plays, like deep passes, things like that. I thought that was another kind of real takeaway from, because when we say minicamp, the takeaways from minicamp is not only just from the videos that the Ravens
Yeah,
have given us, but it's also the interviews afterwards and stuff like that, because those
agreed.
are also important as well.
And you sent me a couple of videos from the Ravens saying how you said Bateman looked noticeably better on a route than was it Sammy Watkins, I believe.
Yeah.
Yeah, we can pull them up later, but then I sent you back this from Jerry Sandusky, the voice of the Ravens. His biggest observation from minicamp is that first-round wide receiver Rashad Bateman is extremely explosive. The trio of Hollywood Brown, Rashad Bateman, and Sammy Watkins looks intriguing. That's cool and all, but this right here, it takes some of the defensive attention off of Mark Andrews, which is huge.
Huge. That's another real takeaway. Ding, ding, ding. Listen, guys, you see the title of the video. That's another real takeaway from this Ravens minicamp. The fact that pressure is going to be alleviated off of Mark Andrews because of the talent on the receiving core, in terms of guys like Rashad Bateman and Sammy Watkins coming into the fold. It's gotten a lot better. The talent's gotten a lot better. So there's going to have to be a lot less focus on Mark Andrews, which means all the better for him,
Yeah.
And Lamar already has that chemistry with Mark Andrews. So if it's just easier for him to throw the ball to him, hey, man, I think things are looking up. What do you think, though?
I think there are too, and I know it's a while away from all of our fantasy drafts, but
Right.
if he's there in the second round, I think I'm taking Mark Andrews. I took Kelsey with my second pick last year. I might take Mark Andrews with my second pick this year in fantasy because I am so high on him. He's going to be getting single coverage.
Yeah.
When was the last time he got that? His rookie year?
It's been a while, for sure.
Or his second year where he led the league in touchdowns for tight ends? Man, oh man, scary hours.
Scary hours indeed, my friend. Scary hours indeed. I'm going to see what you guys have going on in the chat here. We have another donation coming in from Cash Cardi. Thank you so much, man. He says, but why did we let Gurley leave without a deal? He makes our offense that much more explosive. Three-headed monster, Gurley, Gus, and Dobbins.
I can give you some good news. It's between us and the Lions at this point. And if I'm Todd Gurley, you got the 4-year $50 million from the Rams. You're getting that money. What don't you have? A ring. What's more likely to happen? Where would it happen,
But what don't we have? A pass rusher. So
that's true.
I don't really see us going out and pursuing a Todd Gurley because we already have kind of like a three-headed monster. Gus, Dobbins, and Lamar. That's our three-headed monster right there. I don't think we need to add another talented running back to an already talented but crowded backfield.
I'm all for it. That's just me. I just feel like because the 17 games too, I just don't want to see us run down Gus and JK because then it gets to how it was in the 2019 playoffs. We didn't have Mark Ingram; he was hurt, and then we didn't even. True. That's my only thing. If it doesn't happen, I'm not mad. But if it happens, I'm happy.
You're concerned about depth, and that's
exactly.
Fair.
I'm disturbed. Also, J.K. Dobbins' future too, because I think he could be a top 5 back easily.
Yeah, I mean, at the end of the day, like we have Dobbins, we have Gus, and I know a lot of people sleep on Justice Hill, but Justice Hill, we haven't really gotten to see. He's like the James Prochet of the running back core, bro. We haven't really gotten to see what he has to offer. We've seen flashes. We've seen definitely like times where Justice Hill has shown flashes with the Ravens, but he never really gets the opportunities to show that in abundance. So
he shows it on special teams. That's where he shows it.
But you can tell he's a competitor. He's a competitor, and that's what's important, man. I think that, and I see some of you guys saying Hill is trash. Cardi said Hill is trash. Nah, man. We just got to give him more of an opportunity. I feel like if he goes to another team, he could actually perform.
I think Gus is the number 1 on any other team, and Hill's the number 2. I think that's how good our run game is.
So let me see here. So my guy Simply AS10 over there, he actually uploaded some videos in the past couple of days reviewing the Ravens mini camp. Alex, would it be cool if I pull those videos up and showed the rain game?
Let me check and make sure there's no claims on them so we don't get taken down. If there is not, we have the green light for it. Let me just get it because you know how I know.
Yeah, I know how YouTube and the NFL goes, but
the last 2 ones are good to go. Actually, the last 3, no claims, we're good.
Cool. So have this one here. Let me know if it's lagging for you, Alex, or is it good?
No lag. Looking
Sweet.
good.
Cool. So yeah, man, just other big takeaways. Another big takeaway that I was really thinking about a lot lately was the fact that I think it was a couple days ago, news came out that there was a lot of picks. A lot of picks. That
Yeah.
secondary was all over the
Yeah.
place. And that's
Yeah.
good. That's good news. Like, you got to
Yeah.
think, man. Back in 2019, when we were on our tear, our 14-2 season, we had a top 5 secondary. The only reason why we didn't have a top 5 rated secondary last season was because we were hurt in a lot of different areas, like Tavon Young. Jimmy Smith was out for some games, some time. But it's just there's a lot of there's a lot of things that we're getting back. Like, health is wealth,
Yeah.
right? And our secondary is finally healthy again, it seems like. So I think that we're gonna be back top 5. This defense is gonna be scary because there's speed all over the field now too.
And speaking of injuries, we had Anthony Levine playing defensive back against that game Monday night.
Yeah,
He can be nowhere near a cornerback. I can maybe playing in the box, but that's how down bad we were. Devontae Harris was hurt. Ahmad Marshall was hurt. Terrell Bonds, who doesn't play for us anymore. Peters was hurt. Humphrey got the virus. Anthony Averett was hurt. Like, I think everybody from our starting secondary missed the game. We had nobody play the full season.
Yeah, man. So, like, just the fact that, like, we're getting all these guys back, and I know it's a 17-game season, so there's always possibility for, players to get injured because football is a very dangerous sport. I really do think that, like, especially also, you got to think we have some of the younger, the rookies. I heard, was it who got a pick? One of the rookies did in a mini camp.
Brandon Stevens.
It was Brandon Stevens, right? I was trying to figure out whether it's him or Wade,
Yeah.
but Brandon Stevens, yeah, that's promising. That's very, very promising, man. You love to see like these younger guys stepping up because depth at corner is everything. Depth at corner is absolutely everything. We could have put that second Browns game away a lot sooner if we had better depth at cornerback.
Yeah,
in the secondary. So, I think with us being more stacked there, this defense is going to be scary. Like you said before, scary hours, not only for the offense, but for this defense. And no one's talking about it. Another one of the biggest takeaways, guys. Nobody's talking about it. Let them sleep, though. Let them sleep because this defense is going to be arguably top 5, maybe top 3 this season. I'm calling it. I'm making a lot of, claims about things. I said Mark Andrews is going to be top 2, maybe not 2. I'm saying that the Ravens defense will be top 5, but I think these are realistic claims. I really do. I don't think I'm crazy to say this.
They're realistic. I mean, they were showing secondaries. The Broncos, they have very good secondary. Chargers do, other teams do, but it's like I put like ours top 5. Our only hole is just pass rusher, and we don't know what Owe or Hayes can do, so we'll see. But I'm all for it. There it is. Tavon Young's back. Like, if he can stay healthy, it's huge. But if not, we have Sean Wade. Averett, I expect to make a huge jump this year. I mean, it's just really, really exciting to be a Ravens fan right now.
Yeah. Look at Patrick Queen, man. I love that drill right there, man.
I love the drills Rob Ryan has brought in. Like, you see the one thing hanging?
Oh, yes. That was, bro. I'm loving Rob Ryan, man. I'm loving that energy. I think he's really, like, going to get that defense. Like, him and Wink, like, on the same staff. I think that's dangerous. That's a dangerous combination, man. All the more reason I think this defense is going to be super dangerous this season, man. Calling it.
I mean, just like this too. And I wish you could hear like the background because I know it was like Brandon Williams was hyping him up in the back of this clip. Yeah. But that's just the dogs, the defense, the linebackers. Yeah, can't wait. And then here's the receiving drills. I believe that's Keith Williams throwing those passes, and I think T. Martin on the other side.
Yeah. See Patrick Queen making hits.
Running backs didn't work per usual.
And there's J.K. Dobbins. Speaking of J.K. Dobbins, there's been a lot of talk about him. I know the official Ravens media, they've been saying that J.K. Dobbins, he's kind of like, he's got the mentality of like, he's just a player off the street, just trying to make the roster type mentality, even though he knows that he is essentially RB1. He's coming in with that kind of chip on his shoulder mentality, which you love to see, from your second year player. Now, that's another thing. That's another one of the real takeaways. Emphasis on real. Again, that's the title of the
Real.
video, guys. Real takeaways. It's just the mentality of this team,
Yeah.
guys. Like, look at what J.K. Dobbins is doing. Like I said, man, he's taken the whole mentality, the role of, chip on the shoulder, just trying to make the team, trying to be one of the guys, put my head down, work hard. Lamar Jackson, he's not worried about getting his contract. He's worried about legacy. All he thinks about is Super Bowl, Super Bowl, Super Bowl. Exactly. Marlon Humphrey, like, of course, he's an established veteran, but still showing up at voluntary OTA so he can just get better and just improve himself and improve the football team as well. And you even hear it from John Harbaugh. Everybody's locked in. The mentality is different this season.
The only thing I think Marlon really needs to improve is his food takes. I really think that has to improve. I don't know what he was eating down there in Alabama, but the fact he had the audacity to come at macaroni and cheese like that.
Oh yeah.
That's not my cornerback. Mm-mm.
Yeah.
No.
He was out of pocket for that one. Way out of pocket.
What do you gain from that?
Right, exactly. So let's see what the Rain Gang says here in the chat. By the way, guys, if you're not watching the live stream, hello.
Yes.
We appreciate you for joining the stream tonight as well, or whenever you may be watching. But listen, like the video, guys. If you have not already, like the video and subscribe to the channel if you're new and you're enjoying tonight's content or today's content or this morning's content. Like I said, whenever you may be watching or listening. So let's see what the Rain Gang says here in the chat. Jason Ridley says, I need Lamar not to force the deep ball to Marquise Brown this season. It's annoying and it does not work. Yeah, man. And I think the only reason why you see or you saw Lamar Jackson kind of forcing the ball to Hollywood Brown in certain situations because he was the only one kind of creating separation. Else. Right. He was the only one really creating separation. So that I think that's one big reason. And so now you see, just like right there, you see Gus Edwards catching passes in minicamp. J.K. Dobbins showing off his hands in minicamp as well. So everybody's going to be able to do everything. It's like this offense is going to be like one of those jobs where, like,
I love this drill too, by the way. I love this.
Yeah. I love this too. But I think that what they're really focusing on is just making their offensive players as versatile as possible, which I think is a super, super smart move, getting J.K. Dobbins and Gus Edwards more involved in the passing game. So everybody on that offense, everybody on that team, everybody on that offensive staff is able to do everything, is able to do multiple things, which is important.
Yeah.
But
let
now,
everybody eat.
Right, exactly. To respond to Jason Ridley here, I need Lamar to not force the deep ball to Marquise Brown. Like I say, he's got options now. Look at that guy. Yeah. He's got Bateman. He's got Sammy Watkins now, who, like Alex said before, has looked amazing in minicamp.
He's got Mark Andrews
like
now.
One day. He's got Mark Andrews.
I want to see more deep ball Andrews. We saw it his rookie year. We saw it against the Chargers. We saw it against the Browns in Week 17. We saw it in 2019 against the 49ers in that rain game.
Right.
Deep ball touchdown. I want to see more deep balls to Mark Andrews because if it's in his hands, I like his speed too. He has some speed for a tight end.
Yeah.
I like it.
Let's see. We have another comment here coming from our guy Cam Neal. Thank you so much for joining the stream, man. He says it's practice against the Baltimore Ravens secondary. It also means Lamar is trying to make throws. This is good news all around, to be honest.
Yeah, and when it came out that like there was 4 interceptions or like 3 thrown, like of course everybody put it on Lamar Jackson. Me to the whole Rain Gang. Is this a fair assessment to make? Lamar Jackson is the most overly criticized player in the NFL. He can never do anything right, and when he does, it's downplayed. When he does one thing wrong, it's just blown out of proportion. Tua is a close second, but Lamar is number 1 just because of his resume. It's crazy. Yeah. It's absolutely crazy how he can never make one mistake in practice, and people act like it's the end of the world. So what? He threw 1 interception in all of practice. Wow. I don't think we care.
Yeah.
It's practice.
And again, it's against one of the best secondaries in the league. I mean, we're talking Marlon Humphrey, all-pro corner. We're talking Marcus Peters, who since 2015, there's no other DB who has more interceptions than him. We're talking Jimmy Smith, who even in his later years, well, first of all, let's go back to Jimmy Smith making big plays to win a Super Bowl early in his career. And then Jimmy Smith being able, even 10 years later, a decade later, being able to neutralize guys like A.J. Brown in the playoffs.
Talk about it.
You know what I mean?
Hmm.
So this secondary is lethal. You know, of course, Lamar Jackson's going to throw some picks. I think any quarterback would. You put Mahomes against him, he'll probably throw a pick or two himself. You know, but like you said, man, Lamar is the most over criticized quarterback. Him, Kyler Murray. There's a couple other guys too. But yeah, man.
They're all the younger quarterbacks.
Let's see. Our guy Cardi asks us here, how do you guys feel about Tavon Young making the team this year? I think he's on the roster bubble. Give the young guys a chance.
I like his chances to make it.
Yeah.
But that's what we have preseason for. Also, he took a pay cut, which I think already puts him in a better place with the coaches in the front office. But he has some people come right behind him.
Mhm.
Like it's very, very close. Sean Wade
Yeah.
is very close to taking over from him. But I think he'll make it eventually. But if he doesn't stay healthy, yeah, it's a done deal.
It's clipped, yeah. I can definitely see that. I can definitely see that happening. All right, let's see. JTV chimes in here, says Marlon Humphrey only had one interception last year. I think he is too good to only have one. Now, this is a good point that you bring up, because Marlon Humphrey said himself, actually, that he wants to focus on getting more interceptions on top of, him being the fruit punch master. He had 8 forced fumbles last season, which is amazing. Not season, but a league leading, actually, 8 forced fumbles. But the interceptions is definitely something that you would like to see your star corner be able to take advantage of as well. But what do you think about Marlon Humphrey and like getting more interceptions this season, Alex?
His only interception came in the first drive of this season against the Browns.
Yes,
but when he caused fumbles, they were at really big points, or they kind of just alter the game. But he's just a playmaker all around. I think he's more than just getting interceptions.
Yeah.
I think the way receivers have to hold the ball might affect them to just by catching it. You gotta catch it and bring it in a certain way to keep it away from 44. I think he's kind of already like his own threat as it is, but I'm not too worried about the picks because we have Peters to get them, and it was just a really down year for interceptions for the whole team, it seemed like. We just couldn't get a lot of them.
Right. Yeah. I mean, you make a good point there. Like Marcus Peters, we have that guy for, to gamble a bunch and, get the picks and sometimes the pick sixes, but we need Marlowe to really lock up. At the end of the day, it's all about forcing turnovers. If you're first forcing turnovers, I don't care if you're doing it by forcing a fumble or picking the ball off. As long as you're forcing a turnover, that's the best possible situation that you could put your team into as a defensive player. So let's see. We'll move on here. We have another question coming from Lisa Frankel. Thank you so much for joining the live stream. We appreciate you. Says, who will be the biggest factor in the Baltimore Ravens offense this season and why?
I think this is a question of the whole ranking.
Yeah.
It's to everybody.
To everybody. Everybody answer this question. Let us know in the chat.
I want to say Greg Roman. Because he's definitely on the lukewarm seat. Not the hot seat, the lukewarm seat. And he already put together an MVP year for Lamar Jackson, but what can he do now?
Yeah.
What can he do with these new weapons, with these new coaches, with a new mindset? What can he do? Can we beat the Chiefs? Can we get out of the divisional round? What can we do? So I'm going to go with Greg Roman.
And it's funny how you say that, like, he's not on the hot seat anymore. He's on the lukewarm seat. It's funny how his seat cooled down only because of the new acquisitions around him. Nothing that he did cooled down his seat. It was just the pieces put around him. So, I mean, I think that puts a lot of pressure on him, to say the least. You think?
Yeah. I mean, he has to kind of call flawless games, I'd say. I mean, you can have your mistakes, but we can't have I was thinking of, remember that first half against the Colts last year? It was dead.
Abysmal. It was terrible, man.
We couldn't get anything going. I mean, granted, we had bad snaps, but just the play calls, like the options were stupid. And now I think about the game against the Patriots. Yes, it was raining, but why the hell do you have Mark Ingram on a direct snap on 4th and 1?
Right.
I'm happy that there was a bad snap because it wasn't going to work either way. So we have to just cut out just those stupid plays and just keep it simple. Do what we do best. And then that's what we have Keith Williams for, pass game specialist or coordinator.
Yeah, biggest factor in the Ravens offense. I think that it's going to be. I mean, I think the obvious answer is Lamar Jackson. You know, because he kind of runs the show at the end of the day. None of our receivers are going to be able to perform without performance from Lamar Jackson first. But also, I think a really big factor in the offense, and I don't want to say Lamar, I'm going to go with the offensive line and kind of
Oh,
like the
okay.
restructuring of the offensive line. Because
Okay.
just like I said, the receivers need Lamar Jackson in order to succeed. Lamar Jackson needs his offensive line in order for him to succeed. So, and we did the necessary things over the offseason
Talk
to
about it.
kind of bolster up that offensive line, going out and getting Kevin Zeitler, drafting Ben Cleveland, so getting our guards intact there. Ronnie Stanley will be coming back, and then we got Andrew Villanueva as well. Alejandro Villanueva, I'm sorry. Um, and we also have more depth there too. So I think that, and then of course Bozeman is at center now, and the snaps will be
You
consistent. That's
watched
the hope.
you watched
That's the hope.
his press, right, with Bozeman.
Yeah,
He knew it was coming. He
right,
knew it because he said he's been working on. It's just like the muscle memory, like
right,
just getting and hearing that is beautiful because it was obvious Makari and Skura didn't have that because that was no muscle memory with their snaps. That was left, right, above, below, not just in the middle.
right.
That is
That was
what
just
we
like,
needed.
let me just try to snap this ball like as good as I can. I'm just, it's
Yeah.
like I don't know, man. It didn't feel right at all.
No.
And I'm sure Lamar Jackson felt that the most or the worst. Asmodeus sending us another super chat donation says, Mick Chickens, thank you
Thank
so
you.
much, man. We appreciate you. We have another donation coming in from our guy Cash Cardi again. Says
Oh.
he's showing
Oh.
out tonight. He says, I think we have potentially one of the best secondaries in the league, but I do think this week. Oh wait, I do think the weak link is Chuck Clark. Let's bring in a Malik Hooker.
I like Malik Hooker. He actually visited the Steelers recently.
Did he? I didn't know that.
Yeah, he's gonna be signing soon. Only issue with Chuck Clark is he's the green dot. Who takes that over? That's always been my issue.
Yeah. Yeah, I mean, hey man, maybe it's Patrick Queen. I don't know about. Of course, I don't think this year, but
Yeah,
maybe next season they might throw that green dot on him.
could be. Who is the rankings ideal green dot replacement? Let's just say that were to happen. Who do you think is the right guy to take it over?
I mean, it's like as of right now, you know, it's Chuck Clark and really only Chuck Clark.
Yeah,
You
I
know,
that's it's hard to. I mean, I just don't want to put that on a second year player in Patrick Queen. I
yeah,
think he's already
right,
focusing on his past. He's already said like he has stuff he has to improve on. Let him
yeah,
improve on that, and then we can look more into that.
and that's what I'm saying. Like, not like this season, but maybe next season or the season after that, depending on how much he progresses and his second season. I think he will take a pretty big leap because, just like J.K. Dobbins will. Like last season for rookies was just terrible. So they're
Abysmal.
really getting their first real chance at it this season. So, I expect a huge step up from him. So that was kind of why I was saying that. But yeah,
You know,
you're probably right
yeah,
about that.
you know what I expect though?
What's that?
50 likes. We're close to it.
Oh,
Why
are
not get
we?
it?
Are we?
Why not get it? Let's
Like
just.
the video. Mod Boz in the house
Oh,
says like the video.
another Purple Rain pioneer is what we call you guys. Why not just lob 10,
Lob 10.
please?
Please and thank you. Let's see. Samuel L. Jackson says Chuck Clark is our vocal leader, though.
Yep.
That's not easy. So you don't think that Marlon Humphrey is a vocal leader, or is he just loud?
Oh, I'm gonna have to go watch one of the Wireds. But he was mic'd up. He's the vote. He's a leader in the secondary.
Okay.
Yeah, he is a leader. I was thinking the week 17 against the Bengals. He definitely was. He got on Averett's back when he dropped the easy pick, and helping out with those guys. He's a leader in the secondary. I would love to see him step it up to the whole defense. But I think if we're talking about our leader in the whole defense, I'm going Pernell McPhee. I think
Okay.
he's
Yeah.
or Brandon
Pernell
Williams.
McPhee.
Or Calais Campbell.
Maybe.
It's one of the guys up
Calais,
front. It's one of
yeah.
those guys.
I think it's Calais, man. I really do. Because Calais Campbell, like, he's on the field and off the field. You can tell, man. And this actually kind of leads me into a question that's been burning on my mind for the past week. I've been meaning to ask you this, Alex, and I want to
Oh
ask the
boy.
whole Rain gang as well. Mark Ingram is gone. The
Oh,
team's hype man, the Ravens hype man, is gone. Is anybody going to replace that role or like fill those shoes of Mark Ingram and be the guy like up and down the sidelines, hyping everybody up, and you know,
Marcus Peters was kind of like that.
I don't see Marcus Peters
You don't
being
see
that
that?
guy. No, I don't.
He was up and down the sideline when we beat the Titans, beat the Browns.
But that's different though. Marcus Peters, he's not like as happy go lucky as Mark Ingram is.
He
Gonna be
wasn't a fight
chopping
a
it up with
fan when he was with
everybody.
LA. That's a good question. I don't know. Patrick Ricard's kind of like that.
Pat?
Ricard, I mean, it's not what you would think, but he definitely, when he would lay somebody out and just pancake them and just go screaming around the field.
Mm. Well, now, wait, was it Ricard that got into the fight with Matabike, or was that Makari?
That was Makari.
Oh, okay.
That was Makari.
Just making sure. Malo226 says Marlon Humphrey would be that replacement for Mark Ingram to be the team's kind of hype man. I could see that. For sure. Asmodeus says, I kind of see Sammy Watkins like that. That's interesting. I could see that too. I mean, Sammy Watkins he's kind of coming into the same sort of situation that Mark Ingram came into. Like, okay, a good football team, actual contenders. I'm kind of later in my career. I mean, of course, Sammy Watkins has already won a Super Bowl, but he probably knows that he can contend for another one here in Baltimore. So I think that he's all in, and he said the culture feels really good here. Everybody's cool or whatever, and they've already hung out, like Lamar, Sammy Watkins, Hollywood Brown, the whole crew or whatever. So I could definitely see Watkins being that guy. I like that take, Asmodeus.
If JK wasn't in his second year, I would say him, because he is funny as hell, and
yeah,
I'm not too sure.
Dobbins is another good pick too. I think Dobbins could be another really good one, especially if he has a really good season. Like if he starts the season really, yeah.
If mid-season to next season, I wouldn't be surprised.
Right,
depending how it all goes.
Jeff J, thank you so much for joining the stream. Says Sammy Watkins, Calais, Lamar, and more as well. I mean, Lamar, he's a leader by example, and Samuel L. Jackson.
Yeah, we don't see it, but we've heard about like the Zoom call they had before the Titans game. He told them they weren't going to lose. Like, if you were not a Ravens fan, you wouldn't know that.
Yeah. And Samuel L. Jackson here says Lamar is a Sigma leader. It's a leadership that people follow by example. Very rare, but a powerful trait.
Yeah. And like I said, they wouldn't. They, as in the Lamar haters, wouldn't know that. So they can keep that.
Yeah. And Lamar, he's so driven. That's kind of like his leadership there, because it's like he's so determined to like make something happen, and we've seen it time and time again on and off the field. He wants to make something happen so badly, and you can't not follow somebody like that, especially when you're on the same team. So that's how he really leads by example. He's not more so much of like a vocal leader. He's not going to hype up the guys in the tunnel, coming out of the tunnel, or whatever. But like I said, he does lead by example. And like Alex said as well, to his point, like that Zoom call, he has shown the vocal leadership as well. So he has both. He does both, but he's mainly a leader by example.
And what stuck out from his presser was he's like, he remembers all his losses and how pissed off they make him. That was huge to me.
Yeah.
Like, he's probably one of those guys, like, name me every loss in your NFL. Like, he'll go through it like in like less than 15, 20 seconds. Only
tell you exactly what happened. What happened. Each play, down for down. LeBron James does the same thing. Like, guys at that level, like, they care about it on a whole different level, like way more than we do as fans. Like, they are out there. That's their life, man.
Yeah.
So, yeah. Let's see. Adit Mahmood chimes in here, says Alejandro Villanueva has actually led people in real life situations. Unless he stays to himself, I could see people respecting him immediately. I feel like Villanueva and Calais Campbell could have like a pretty cool friendship, a sideline friendship.
Yeah, who was it? Somebody said just how massive he was. It was on their Instagram. Like they were walking out together. Oh, I
Yeah,
forget.
who was it? Who was he next to?
I forget. And I know Bozeman brought it up too. Um, yeah,
Was he next to Zeitler?
was he? I'm not too sure. Let me see if I have the video saved on my phone because I know like he made whoever he was standing next to absolutely small. I did not know he was
Asmodeus
that
says
big.
Bozeman.
It could have been. It might have been Bozeman.
Hmm. Yeah. But yeah, so let's see what else we have here from you guys. Cardi says, no one can take that away from us, but we have the most swagger in the league. We don't need an Ingram vocal leader. Teams already know what's up. We on that. Yeah, man.
They were
I
like,
agree. I agree. Okay.
oh, it was this video. He was walking out, and just his height, like him compared to
Oh
Tavon
yeah,
Young,
he's huge.
it's just like crazy. Like this difference in size. Like, I know he's closer, but just when they both walk by and look at the angle, it's crazy how big he is. But he's a lineman. Tavon's a corner. So, but yeah,
Right. So I think we can go ahead and shift gears here off of minicamp because minicamp is over. Training camp is up next. It's coming soon. Um, I'm very excited for that because we're gonna get to see typically the Ravens show us a little bit more, like in terms of like the reps and stuff like that.
yeah.
Yeah,
Can we talk
during
about
training
it?
camp. Yeah,
Are we thinking the same thing right now?
yeah. Go ahead, bro.
So did you hear about like what the media cannot do anymore?
What's that?
Take videos of Lamar Jackson throwing.
The media can't do that.
Yeah. Like The Athletic, ESPN, Bleacher Report, any like Fox, CBS, all those, they can't. If they send the reporters out there, they can't film that. Why? Why?
That's a great question. That's a great question. I don't know.
We can't film the quarterback doing his job?
I mean, I guess because different networks, say somebody works for Fox or something like that, and he shows up at a Ravens training camp and he's taking videos of Lamar Jackson taking reps at quarterback and certain plays and routes are exposed or, put on camera. And then you have that news outlet on Fox. They leaked that video and it wasn't approved by the Ravens. And I feel like it could be a sticky situation there with I'm sure there's all sorts of rules underlying that won't allow that to happen. That don't allow that to happen.
I see where this is from Jamison Hensley, the ESPN reporter for the Ravens. Media is no longer allowed to film Lamar Jackson throwing the ball to receivers. Like from the man himself right here. No longer allowed to.
But says who though? Like who made that rule?
He obviously won't tell, but it's somebody from the Ravens. And what people want to believe is that one bet, like that one throw to Watkins, that was a touchdown that was completed. Remember how much backlash that got? Like that should never even been put out there on social media. I think it's the Ravens' fault. This actually had to happen. It's just weird that the fact that like, what's next? We can't film our defensive ends hitting like the dummies because like it's just so stupid.
Yeah. I don't know. Who knows, man? It's definitely dumb. We see.
I get not filming 7-on-7, 5-on-5s. I get that. I'm all because that's like plays, but this is like just it's just so. Why us? It just has to be the Ravens, I guess. We could be worse. We could be Dolphins fans overreacting about Tua's day. So
yeah. We have another super chat donation coming in from our guy Asmodeus. Once again, thank you so much, man. Says the thing I feel we get hung up on is Ray Lewis was a vocal leader. I think we subconsciously look for that, but no one will ever do it better. Yeah, man.
Yeah, there will never be another Ray Lewis. I feel bad for any linebacker that plays for us or safety because like fans hold you to this different level.
There's huge shoes to fill.
Yeah, kind of like in New England now. There's never going to be another Tom Brady.
Right, exactly. But yeah, you're absolutely right there, Asmodeus. Thank you so much for your super chat donation. Hopefully there is somebody who can step up and of course not be on the level that Ray Lewis is, like quite like him. But just somebody who can just be that guy on the defense, like, and just be that leader, and typically it is a linebacker. So maybe we'll see. I don't know. Guys like Malik Harrison, Patrick Queen, step up and kind of take that enforcer role, because that's kind of what Ray Lewis was as well, But all right, so let's see here what else we have from you guys before we get into our questions. And I actually want to bring up one more thing as well to you, Alex. So I'm not sure if you saw, but EA released the Madden cover.
I did
today.
Yeah,
and you saw it. So what did you think of the Madden 22
terrible.
cover?
So
Terrible?
it's just so poor.
Yeah, I agree.
I just don't get why. If it's the MVP edition, why isn't MVP on it? I get because there's this Aaron Rodgers, like they don't know where he's going. Brett Favre was on the cover, I believe, in 2009.
Right.
He was on the cover one of them. He got traded 2 weeks later, and they didn't change it. It's kind of stupid. Like, try to get a film, like just get a headshot of Rodgers with like an EA helmet. I don't know what the point of that was. Don't call it the MVP edition and have those two on there. Like,
yeah, it just felt like very forced, and like it just wasn't meant to be. For those of you guys who haven't seen it, there it is right there. The MVP edition of Madden 22 will have Tom Brady and Patrick Mahomes gracing the cover. It just feels very corny to me. It's like, okay, these were the two quarterbacks that were in the Super Bowl.
It's a picture with a poor overlay on it. I'm convinced if you give this to a 12-year-old kid, go and take a picture and go and put this poor overlay on, they could do a 12-year-old kid could have done this. And I'm so confident in that.
Facts.
This is terrible. This was made like Microsoft Paint.
I just don't know why. I mean, why not put I mean, Aaron Rodgers, I get it. Maybe they don't want anything to do with him right now because of what he's going through with Green Bay. But
Justin
and then
Jefferson,
of course,
Chase Young.
Yeah, I mean the list goes on and on. I was gonna say as well Deshaun Watson, but of course we know they don't want anything to do with him right now.
Yeah.
But Derrick Henry, he just ran for over 2,000 yards.
Yeah.
Like, what are we talking about here? He deserves to be on the cover of Madden. Peyton Hillis was on it at one point.
That's exactly my point. That's my point. Go back to fan voting. It's fun. Like, if we did fan voting, I bet Trace McSorley would be on the cover of it. And who cares? It's fan voting. Like, I can the GMs aren't going to be buying this. It's the players and it's the fans. Why do you care who's on the cover of it?
Right.
It's just terrible. It's
it's
ugly.
Terrible, man. And it's
that
like
nasty ass cream color too.
Man, nobody wants to see Brady next to Mahomes. It's like, I mean,
I think
you're
fix
doing
that
like
whack ass soundtrack they have too. They need.
Oh, who's on? I didn't even see what the soundtrack.
No, I'm just saying like from like this past year, the soundtrack.
Oh,
yeah.
All right, let's see what you guys are thinking about the Madden cover here. Fast Eddie said, Tom Brady again, tired. Yeah, man, I don't want to see that again. And then Mahomes again. We just saw Mahomes on it.
Yeah.
We just saw Mahomes on it. Like, I don't think Mahomes...
and Brady was on it in 2018. Yeah.
Right. Like, what exactly has Mahomes done to earn being on the cover of Madden twice in 3 years? Yeah, I mean, he won the Super Bowl, but...
And he got to the Super Bowl again.
Okay. He did get to the Super Bowl again,
but
played terribly.
Eli Manning wasn't on it.
Wasn't his fault.
Was he on? Was Eli Manning on one of the covers?
No, heavens no.
Yeah, I mean, I'm just confused, man.
Yeah. Rush, our guy Rush, Mod Rush says they better make up for a good franchise mode / gameplay for this crap. Yeah, man. Madden at this point. You have guys my guy Simply, he plays MUT squads. I just get on and play like online exhibitions, but there's nothing that you can really do like single player that's as fun as it used to be. Like the little training camps, the mini camps they used to have on Madden. Like they took that out for absolutely no reason at all, completely unprovoked. I don't know why. Still a mystery to this day. Madden Moments was another really cool
That was
feature that they had
beautiful.
on Madden. I loved that. And they took that away for no apparent reason. And it's just like they don't seem to be making the game any better. They just literally
Yeah.
rinse and repeat the same product every year. And they have the nerve, the unmitigated gall, as Stephen A would say, to tell you that every year they say, this is the best Madden you've seen yet. Madden like you've never seen it before. It's like, come on, bro. Stop
The best
it.
Maddens was when I was literally in elementary school because I could play that for the whole night and not get tired of it. Now,
Exactly.
3 games, that's it. That's all I got in me.
That's all I got for you, bro. That's all I got. Let's see what else we have from you guys here about the Madden covers. Darius, the official, says Madden Moments was fire. Yeah, man. And they used to update it like every week. Like it'd be like after week 6, for example, of the NFL season. If there was like a really good game that came down to the wire, you could play the Madden Moment like that Monday morning or that Tuesday morning.
And they
like
had Gus Johnson as a commentator too. I remember that.
Right. Like, come on, man. It used to be so much better. It used to be so much better. Let's see. Christopher Swain says, I don't even have a console. I've been playing Madden Mobile ever since it came out on the App Store. Shout out to you mobile gamers. I couldn't do it, but
no, thank you.
No, thank you. I could not do it. I get too frustrated. Let's see. Lisa Frankel here says, who's with me on seeing Hollywood Brown on the cover of Madden? Hey, maybe one day. Maybe one day. Maybe Hollywood has that big breakout season this year. But, I don't think that Hollywood would ever make the Madden cover, only because for him to have a good enough season to warrant like a Madden cover gracing, like that would mean that Lamar played that much better.
Yeah.
He was that much more electric. So Lamar would just be on the cover again. So,
I mean, I wouldn't mind seeing Kirk Cousins on the cover.
I would definitely mind seeing Kirk Cousins.
I just like if there was a fan vote, it was just like for fun, like that. Like it's just this is just so boring.
Yeah.
And just speaking of games, like I don't like basketball like that, but at least 2K is fun. It's like I can play that for a while and just not get bored of it. There's so much things. I mean, like the blacktop you can do, the park.
Right.
The yard that was cool for what, a week?
It was cool for like a week, right?
Yeah, and then you come against people who just abuse the same stuff. It's like, okay, that's boring.
Right.
It's just
So all in all, we are not fans of the Madden 22 cover.
Just bring back NFL Street. Why not that?
Exactly. Why not? NFL Street was legendary. That was probably my
the
favorite.
Ravens now?
Whew. Can you imagine Lamar Jackson on NFL Street?
J.K. Dobbins, Hollywood Brown, Mark Andrews.
Oh yeah, they'd be unstoppable. Honestly, that's a pretty interesting like talking point. Like, which team would be the most dangerous in NFL Street in 2021?
Chiefs
still. I don't know. I say the Ravens.
Tyrann Mathieu. That's true. I think
Lamar's
the
equalizer.
Yeah, you're right.
Yeah, man.
Any other teams?
I feel like the Titans might be OP. They might be OP.
If Tannehill's on defense, just pick wherever he's at because his slow ass doesn't do anything.
But I feel like Derrick Henry would have like some sort of like special ability where he could like blast through,
his game breaker
line of scrimmage. Right, exactly.
Yeah.
So I don't know. They'd be pretty tough to stop. Even teams like the Chargers, just all those weapons, Yeah.
I think the Rams. I mean, you have Ramsey, you have Donald. Their offense,
right? Oh yeah, Aaron Donald. They would give him a crazy game breaker. I already see that. Let's see. Mello 226 says the Washington football team.
Yeah, and then I say the Packers too.
Yeah,
with Jair.
Another super chat donation from Asmodeus Donatos. Thank you so much, man. He says they should bring back NFL Blitz.
You do something. EA is not doing it.
They aren't. They should hand it over to 2K. Let them do it. See if they can get it right. 2K used to make NFL games, for those of you guys who didn't know. But yeah. All right. So we are about an hour in. We're gonna go ahead and transition to our questions segment for the night, the Rain Gang Q&A, where you guys can ask simply AS10 and Sutton Def, myself, anything that you guys would like to ask us, anything that you got on your chest, whether it be about sports, whether it be about life, whether it be about music, whether it be about this, that, food, whatever. You can ask us now, right here, right now, in the live chat. If you're not watching live and you're watching the replay or part of the hashtag replay gang, hello. We love the replay gang, by the way. Big shout out to the replay gang. All you guys who don't get to catch the live streams. I know you guys are busy living your lives, but you guys take the time to listen to this podcast or watch it back. We appreciate you guys so much. But make sure you guys leave your comments down below so we can get to you guys as well. But for the folks in the live chat, this is the Rain Gang Q&A. So let's see what you guys have for us tonight.
Can I ask you a question, Sutton, real quick? Did you watch
ahead,
the YouTube boxing event, the YouTube TikTok?
Oh, so funny story about that, right? So I go over to my buddy's house to watch the UFC fights that night.
Okay.
And like him and his girlfriend are there, and his girlfriend's like fixated onto her phone, like watching something. And it sounds like a boxing exhibition or something. Like I'm like, yo, what are you watching? And she's like, oh, I'm watching the YouTubers versus TikTokers, like a boxing event. And I'm like, wait, what? So she starts like telling me like the names of the guys who are fighting, like who's on the main event. And I'm like, I have never heard of these guys a day in my life.
Yeah.
But it was pretty entertaining. I saw some of it.
So YouTube won 6-1. Don't know if you saw that. Yeah. So just in case you didn't know what the Superior app is or whatever, YouTube. And the main event was Austin McBroom against Bryce Hall. I put a tweet out that night. Maryland, we do not claim Bryce Hall no matter what. He is not from here. Just let them know. And I was like, bro, because he was claiming he's a fighter, bro, you got your shit smacked. Bro, he got fucked.
He did. I saw.
So, as he deserved it. So yeah, he is no longer from Maryland. He's just from anywhere else. But yeah, it was pretty fun to seeing somebody deserve to get their ass whooped. It was beautiful. So
yeah, and for me, I was just so fascinated by the fact that like this is a real thing. Like this internet boxing, celebrity boxing thing is really coming to the forefront of boxing and combat sports, which I think is pretty cool. Honestly, I'm on board with it. Entertainment is entertainment at the end of the day. So shout out to those guys because they're still out there fighting each other. Like that's dangerous in itself. So big respect to all those guys. But we're going to go ahead and get into our question segment of the night.
My bad. Just want to talk about that real quick because it was pretty big.
I know,
bro. It's internet stuff, you know.
By the way, my boy Israel Adesanya got the W at UFC 263.
It was kind of smart the way they planned it. Like their main card happened after like the whole boxing thing.
Right. Yeah, like right after that. Yep, they're always on time with it. Shout out to Dana White. But let's see. Question segment here. What we have from you guys. Void, our guy Void says, Terrell Suggs or James Harrison, who do you take?
I mean, gotta say, both former Ravens. Just leave it at that. There is no wrong answer. I'm just going Terrell Suggs because
I'm gonna go Sizzle. Yeah, for sure. Yeah, let's see.
We had James Harrison at one point. Can you imagine both of them together? Just imagine
at the same time. That's not even fair. That's disgusting. All right, let's see. Christopher Swain says, "What if the NFL had a Space Jam movie? What NFL players would be in it?"
Mahomes would be in it, 100%. Like Mahomes, right now,
definitely.
Mahomes would.
Yeah, Brady's got to be in it, right?
Yeah, if we're talking like 90s, like early 2000s.
I mean, 90s, 2000s, you're talking, you're still talking, Peyton Manning, you're talking, Brady would still be in there. Guys like that.
Marshall Faulk, I'm just trying to think of guys around then, like non-Brady, before Brady and before Manning.
And I'm also thinking like star power, Yeah. Like guys who got like
Jerry
real
Rice.
Star power. Jerry Rice, Randy Moss, T.O. Yeah. Probably guys like that, honestly. But let's see. I think that would be interesting though. If the NFL had like a movie kind of similar to that, but I don't ever see them doing that. The NFL is way too professional, buttoned up for them to ever make a movie. Right? They're corporate. The NFL is very corporate. So
no fun league.
Yeah. Let's see what other. Chris Griffith chimes in, says, "Are you confident with the O-line this year?"
Oh, real quick. Christopher Swain, Deion Sanders. How do we forget? He'd be perfect.
Oh yeah,
He'd be
definitely.
perfect for
Can't
it.
forget prime time for
Yeah,
sure.
yeah, he'd be perfect. Am I confident? Right tackle, left tackle, center, and right guard. Yes, left guard. I'm a little worried about. Is left guard or
You're
right
worried
guard?
about
Wait, which
left
was
guard.
the one like? Is it left guard or right guard? We're having like an open competition for. I think it's right guard.
It is left guard. I think
Left
Zyler's
guard.
on the right guard. Yeah,
Yes, because I know left guard. It's like Powers, Tyree
Cleveland.
Phillips, and Cleveland are all going for it. So I'm not too sure about
Right.
that, but I'm pretty confident with it.
I'm pretty confident too. I think the biggest thing is like the one, getting Ronnie Stanley back, and two, getting consistent snaps. Those two things, if we can get those two things
Yeah,
first, I think we'll
preseason.
be good. Yeah, preseason. Yeah, we're hoping. Speaking of preseason, guys, we're still going to that Washington football team game. So if you guys are trying to meet up with the Rain Gang there, get your
Yeah.
tickets now. All right, let's see. Timothy McShay chiming in here says, what do you guys think of Chris Sims' ranking of Lamar? He was placed 6th, right in front of Kyler Murray and behind Russell Wilson, if I remember correctly.
I'm fair with that. I
Right in
think
front of
Lamar's a top 7
Murray,
quarterback.
behind Russell Wilson. Top 7. Do you think Kyler Murray's top 8, though? Because I don't know about that just yet.
That's a little. What was the other ones in front of him?
I'm not sure. I mean, I assume it'd have to be. I mean, like you said, Russell Wilson was in front of him. Josh
Mahomes.
Allen, Mahomes, Rodgers.
See, this whole Allen thing.
I mean, everybody's
Man.
riding the Allen train real hard right now.
Can I like, bro? Like when you see other fans like make fun of Lamar, just let it go, bro. Like there's always these debates on it. It's just talk. Like when it comes to the NFL, like look who always shows up.
Yeah,
Lamar does. That's why it's kind of just stupid at this point because there's so many just airheads online, but they're really riding the Josh Allen horse pretty high.
Yeah,
Could be setting themselves up for failure soon. I'm just letting you know that.
right. He's got to have a regression season, right?
Or does that only happen to Lamar Jackson?
Exactly. All right, so let's see what other questions we have from you guys. We got our guy Ramey, Mod Ramey in the house. Big shout out to Ramey. Thank you for joining the stream tonight, man. Let's see. Zeke Phillips says, Alex and Sutton, who do y'all got for the Game 6, the Clippers versus Jazz series?
Is playoff P showing up or pandemic P?
I mean, he's been showing up.
He went crazy last night.
Yeah, last 2 games. He's showed up for sure in a big way. Like, I think that, I think he actually sees Kevin Durant in the Eastern Conference kind of turning up and willing his team to win to victory. He knows he's going to have to do that now, especially with Kawhi Leonard being out for the series and possibly for the rest of the playoffs if they do advance. So, but I got the Jazz, though. I think they overcome it. I think Gobert has a really big game. Donovan Mitchell goes off for 40-plus points.
I got the Jazz, too. There's going to be a Game 7.
All right, so let's see. Marlo226 says, what did you guys think about Marlo giving Rashad his props on the move he did while Marlo was covering him?
Just that's how the team is, practice. You can't hate on it. That's how it goes. He got beat. Give him his props.
Give me 1 second, my guy. Looks like my AirPods died on me. No, they didn't die. They just disconnected. All right.
Okay.
Let's see. So, next question here we have going to come from Void again. We got to get one of these in. Would you rather journey to the center of the earth or journey to the mysterious island? I'm going to go to the center of the earth.
I'll be there with you.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, for sure. Okay, let's see. Samuel L. Jackson says, does Deion Kane at wide receiver or Justice Hill running back make the squad? You think Deion Kane's going to make the squad?
I'm not too sure. Just right now, I'm going to go Justice. Because what we've seen through like special teams.
Yeah.
And then Harbaugh has, he's crazy about special teams.
Right, and that wide receiving core right now is deep. It's very deep. Yeah. So let's see. Lisa Frankel says, are you coping with these darn cicadas?
They weren't that bad.
Too many,
I mean, when I spent like my first couple hours back here in Maryland, I didn't see any of them on the way back home. So that's good, I guess.
Yeah, I haven't really seen too many as of late either, but I heard they're supposed to be gone by around like what, 4th of July or something like that. So
Wow. It wasn't even
yeah.
that. I mean, it wasn't that bad as people were making out to be. Whatever.
Let's see. All right. Kimberly Harmon says, "Love you guys. My number one favorite YouTuber ever." Wow, we appreciate
Thank you.
that. Thank you so
High
much.
remarks.
Very high remarks. Let's see. We have a question from Asmodeus here. It says, "Would you rather discover a new planet with sentient, complex life, or discover a Lovecraftian entity in the depths of the ocean?"
Asmodeus, don't turn into Void 2.0. Don't do this. Don't do this.
Sentient, complex life, or discover a Lovecraftian entity in the depths of the ocean. In the depths of the ocean, I don't think I'll be able to survive.
Yeah.
But then again, I don't know how well I'm going to be able to survive on a new planet or how I'm going to discover it. But if I had to choose, I'd probably say discover a new planet just because I'm
Yeah.
adventurous. Yeah.
That'd be lovely.
We'll go with that.
Why not?
We'll go
Get
with that.
known. Be in their record in the history books.
All right, let's see. Hodog says, "The Simply AS10 finally give Phillip Rivers his props now that he's retired?"
Never. He can go and coach his high school with his 15 million kids.
Oh, come
I
on,
mean,
man.
he was part of like that. It was unfortunate for him because of who he was playing against, like Brady, Manning, Breeze. Like, if he was in a different time, he would definitely be known. But it's just unfortunate of the franchise he was at too with the Chargers.
Yeah.
That was unfortunate. And then he also played with a torn ACL in the AFC Championship game, which earned my respect. I mean, it's unheard of, and he kept him in the game. So I will give Phillip Rivers his props. If you want it, there it is.
Let's see here. Click One says, "Who are y'all's early award predictions?" Mine's MVP, Patrick Mahomes. Offensive Player of the Year, Lamar. Defensive Player of the Year, Joey Bosa. Offensive Rookie of the Year, Justin Fields. Defensive Rookie of the Year, Odafe Owe. Wouldn't that be something?
Oh.
And Comeback Player of the Year, Saquon Barkley. I could see that happening.
I can agree with MVP. For Offensive Player of the Year, I got Justin Jefferson. I think he's pissed off he didn't win Rookie of the Year. I got to go with him.
Really?
Yeah.
Justin Jefferson?
Yeah.
Over Tyreek Hill?
Yep.
I don't know about that one, man. Because I mean, to say that, you're kind of saying that the Vikings are going to be contenders this season. No,
They'll be throwing it a lot.
Are they with Dalvin Cook?
They were throwing it last year. I mean, I think they could also trade Thielen. I don't think they'll be good, but I think they're going to ship off Thielen around the trade deadline. I just think he got robbed, I think, of the Offensive Rookie of the Year over Herbert. I really think that. Herbert was amazing, but what Justin Jefferson did as a rookie receiver in the NFL is crazy. So yeah, I think he'll just make that. But that's just my personal bias towards Justin Jefferson. I really like him. But I can see all this happening. I hope Odafe Owe is Defensive Rookie of the Year.
How do you feel about Defensive Player of the Year, Joey Bosa?
Ooh. I kind of want to see Devin White.
Yeah, I definitely think it's going to be probably like an inside linebacker. Inside, I don't really see it being Joey Bosa this season.
It could be Patrick Queen.
It very well could be Patrick Queen. You called that last week on the Purple Rain podcast.
That year to LSU. Look what Devin White did last year.
Yeah, you're right. It could be. We will see. But I think one that's interesting as well, he says Offensive Rookie of the Year is going to be Justin Fields. So that's over the likes of Trevor Lawrence, Trey Lance, and all those other guys. How do you feel about Justin Fields and the Chicago Bears?
He's not even their starting quarterback. So think about it. He will be.
Yeah.
You think like after preseason?
I mean, yeah, man. Who's going to start? Who's starting?
I don't trust Matt Nagy.
Andy Dalton?
I don't trust Matt Nagy.
Come on, man. Chicago, the Windy City, they are not going to stand for Andy Dalton at the helm at quarterback for more than 4 games. If they don't start the season any better than 2-2, like if they're not after 4 games, if they're not 3-1 or better, then they better start Justin Fields.
Let me see their schedule real quick.
Yeah, that'd be interesting. See what the first couple games are going to be like for that team.
It
When we
is
might potentially see Fields on the field.
Rams.
Mm.
That's a 50-50. It can go either way. Bengals, I think that's a win for the Bears. I mean, yeah, win for the Bears. Browns and Lions. I can see it 2-2. I can see them beating the Lions, beating the Bengals, taking it out of the Rams and the Browns.
And I could see them losing to the Lions, losing to the Browns, and losing to the Rams, and beating the Bengals.
So 1-3.
1-3, and then who do they play the week after?
The Raiders. Then
the Raiders.
Packers, then the Bucks, then the Niners, then the Steelers, then the Ravens. Then the Lions again.
I think when they play the Raiders, we might see Justin Fields on the field.
Mark it. Book it.
Book it. All right. So we'll go ahead and move on from that one there. Thank you so much, Click One, for your question. Our guy Gerald in the house. Big shout out to Gerald. Says, what up, Ravens Nation? What up, Gerald? Thank you for joining the stream tonight. Yes, sir. We'll take a couple more questions from you guys and go ahead and close it out for the night. Let's see. Oh, man, you guys are going crazy. Is Phillip Rivers a Hall of Famer?
I've had this debate many a times. I don't know. I really don't know. How about this? What if I pull up his stats and we have a group consensus? Deal?
Yeah, I mean, let's do it. Let's do it.
Oh boy, this should be fun. This should be some fun.
There's certain guys, like, even if they never really had the postseason success, you can still put them in the Hall of Fame just for being able to do what they did at the level that they did it for the amount of time that they did it. You know, Phillip Rivers, he was a very good, very solid quarterback for years and years. No, he never won a Super Bowl, but he was very, very solid, very, very serviceable for the Chargers for years. So I think for that reason, he will make the Hall of Fame. If not first ballot, then, you know, second ballot, but he will make the Hall of Fame.
65% completion percentage, 63,440 yards, 421 touchdowns, 95.2 quarterback rating of, like, this is all career stats.
Right.
Let me just see if I can find some more, like, he said 29 comebacks and 35 game-winning drives. He's played in 12 playoff games. He's 5-7. He had 59.3 completion percentage, or 59.4. Close to 3,000 yards, 16 touchdowns, 10 interceptions, 85.3 passer rating. And the farthest he got was the AFC Championship game, in which he lost 21-12, playing with a torn ACL.
This sounds like a Hall of Fame career to me, man.
Hodog says, look at Dan Marino, very comparable.
You know? I mean, you got guys
I
like...
think definitely not a first ballot. Let's just be honest. Not a first ballot.
Okay.
It also depends who he goes in with, too, I think. That's going to be a major key. Who the class is, who he's eligible with.
Yeah. I agree. Let's see. Move along here. Our guy Darius, the official, has a question for us. Says, what's your honest opinion on Ben Simmons? He has the talent, but he's literally holding the 76ers back from being a true contender. I was going to ask
you about this. It's so frustrating watching the Sixers, man. I don't know how you do it. I think you watching the Sixers is me watching Arsenal. I don't know how you do it.
I don't know how I do it, man. It's so frustrating watching my team be up by almost 30 points, or up by almost 30, you know, and we just watch the Atlanta Hawks, little Trae Young and the Hawks, walk us down and end up beating us because we can't get any scoring from our quote unquote star, Ben Simmons, that is, in the second half. Hackett Simmons, I mean, he had 8 points. Ben Simmons had 8 points last night, and he only took 4 shots. You cannot take 4 shots as a star in this league in the playoffs if your team is trying to win. We all know Joel Embiid is hurt. He stays hurt. And even when he's hurt, he still goes out there and puts up almost 40 points. But there comes a certain time in the game where he's out of gas, you know, and Ben Simmons has to be the one to take over. And he just doesn't do it. He doesn't do it. He doesn't seem like he can do it. He can't shoot. And we're over here relying on guys like Seth Curry, not Steph Curry. Steph Curry's brother, Seth Curry. We're relying on Seth Curry to go out there and get us 30 points. Tobias Harris to go out there and get us 30 plus points. And Tobias Harris is no slouch. But we need our star. Ben Simmons is ball dominant as he is. He needs to be able to score the basketball, or else the 76ers ceiling will always be capped right around where they are right now. So that's how I feel about Ben Simmons.
Yeah.
Moving on from that, like I said, we will take a couple more.
I do see our guy Don C said he got called into work. Love you guys. See you in the next live stream. Thank you, Don. We love you. Big thank you.
Appreciate you for coming through and rocking out with us as always. Don C is always here, man. We appreciate him. Let's see. We'll take one or two more.
Can I ask you a question too?
Here. Yeah, go ahead, man.
I don't understand how Giannis, as a star, is that his free throws, man. I'm not a basketball fan. It is so hard. Like watching basketball sometimes, just seeing like, bro, like he chokes. Simple as that. And I've been watching a bunch of the playoff games. Like KD, the respect I have for him playing every single minute in that game, and then seeing Giannis like just drop the ball and not even like die for it was just kind of pissed me off. Like,
yeah, man. It just goes to show you like there's really levels to like this superstar stuff, and KD is on a whole another level, man. You saw it the other night when he went out and almost got 50. And like you said, the free throws, they are pretty frustrating from Giannis because it's like, come on, dude. You're a star player. Same thing with Ben Simmons, man. Like, you're a star player. You got to be able to knock down these free throws.
It's fundamental stuff I learned as a kid when I would play rec basketball.
Right.
If you miss both the free throws, then you got to go run some fucking laps or suicides.
Like, come on.
Does that not happen anymore?
I guess not because you got guys like Giannis still out there breaking free throws. Let's see. We have another super chat donation coming in from Jabari Cruz. Ella says, "What's up, guys? Shout out to Simply AS10. Saw you on the live chat from the Ravens press conference. Again, if you saw me go at a few haters, my bad. I usually don't."
Thank you, Jabari. Man, those Ravens press conferences, I should put a tweet out. I said the Ravens need some moderators because the trolls come in there. They talk nasty towards Ravens content creators and nasty towards other fans. That's got to stop. Like, we are a YouTube channel. Like, just block these people, remove them. So but shout out to you, Jabari. I mean, I saw you, but that's nothing wrong with that. They deserved it.
Yeah, man. I've missed the last couple of Ravens press conference live streams, but I got to get back in there. But I do see the trolls sometimes in there, and that has to be taken care of for sure.
Yeah, kind of like how we have the best mods in the game.
We do. Shout out to our moderators for the Purple Rain podcast. We appreciate you guys so much. We need you guys.
I mean, because there's like no trolls come around now, but best believe when it comes to like those Thursday shows previewing the games, all the fans come through saying Lamar's a running back, this and that. That's just get ready for it.
Get ready. It's gonna be a very entertaining season, to say the least, here at the Purple Rain podcast. So make sure you like this video and also subscribe to the channel for more and more Ravens content coming out in the future. And make sure you follow us on Instagram as well for all updates on the Purple Rain podcast. You can follow us on Instagram at the Purple Rain podcast. And I think that is going to go ahead and do it for our question segment for the night. We appreciate all of you guys for putting your questions. And again, if you're part of the hashtag replay gang, make sure you leave your questions down below in the comment section because we will get to yours as well.
Yes.
All right. So this has been episode 57 of the Purple Rain podcast. Big shout out to all of you guys for coming through and rocking out with us for the past hour and some change. Lot to talk about tonight. If you didn't get to catch everything and you joined kind of late, make sure you hit the rewind and see what we were talking about earlier in the video because we talked about a lot of good stuff. But that being said, you can follow me on Twitter or Instagram one last time at Sutton Def. You know, if you want to reach out to me, chop it up with me. You know, I love to do that with you guys. And then this guy over here, Simply AS10, you can find him on Twitter at Simply AS10, on Instagram at simplyas10.prod. And I will let him take us out for the evening.
Before we go, make sure you like the video. We're at 60 likes. Let's get to like 70. Why not?
Yes.
But thank you to everybody for coming through. And just showing love. It is the off season. And I know how it is as a content creator. It's hard to come up with content right now. There's nothing. But, you know, we're trying our best to kind of just pose you guys some questions and just get some talking points going. We'll be back on Monday. You know about that. But before we go, remember, stay positive, test negative, and
Yeah.
what else?
And also, you're going to want to make sure that you always call God.